Sultan Turks and the visiting Granite Falls Tigers. My name is Dan Baylor. I'm joined by my student producer, Matthew. How are you doing today, Matthew?
Doing all right. Better with the sun out, but...
Yeah, it's been a tale of, we're at the end of a long 3-day stretch. We had a doubleheader on Wednesday, game last night, game today, and weather Wednesday was a little hit and miss. First game was good, last game was bad. Yesterday was very nice, and today's kind of somewhere in between. So, but anyway, I think we'll get through this, and Turks are taking their final warm-up tosses. We're going to have number 24, Timmy Lewis, is going to be out there on the mound for the Turks, the left-hander. Will be leading things off, and we'll get our first chance this season to take a look at the Tigers. I took a brief look at the Cascade Conference scoreboard before we started today, and Tigers are really struggling would be an understatement. They have yet to win a game this season. They are 0-15 overall, 0-10 in the conference, and so when you get that way, we'll see how that plays out tonight, whether that means that they're just really hungry to try to get a victory or whether they've just kind of packed it in for the remainder of the season. That remains to be seen. So,
did you check any of the individual scores of the games?
I didn't, get a chance to do that before I got here today, but we'll kind of take a peek.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll have time.
Like whether they were really outbalanced or if they just had bad luck.
Really lopsided games or not. Yeah, that's a good point, Matthew. We'll take a look at that, and we will consult the Cascade Conference scoreboard, and we'll bring you some of that insight. We did want to, before we get started today, though, give you an update. For those of you that were with us yesterday, saw a pretty scary injury for Elias Lopez yesterday, who went down kind of just in a really freak accident. He was pitching at that time, attempted to throw a pitch towards home plate, and basically what happened is his elbow, he dislocated his elbow. I talked to Elias before the game today. He's in good spirits. He's doing well. It could have been a lot worse, but his season is done, unfortunately. So anyway, we're ready to get started here in action. Hope you enjoy things just as much as we enjoy bringing it to you here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. First pitch lifted to straightaway center field. Oh, and over his head. I'm not sure if he misjudged that one, Matt, or what happened there. It looked like he had a good beat on it, but just past his outstretched hand for a double for the Tigers.
I wonder if they just weren't expecting a hit on the first pitch.
Yeah, it just jumped right on the first pitch now. Timmy Lewis, our pitcher, pitched briefly on Wednesday. I know you weren't with us on Wednesday, but he pitched just about an inning. Looked really, really sharp on Wednesday. So we'll see how he does tonight. That's inside, low ball. And hit almost the exact same spot. This time he's got a better beat on it, and he makes the play for out number one. So almost an exact same hit, exact same spot as the first batter. So, but one down.
I imagine this is going to be painful for the audience to watch. We have 9 matching uniforms out there. You only have a helmet really to go off of.
That's correct. Yeah, we for some reason the visiting team, the Tigers, who are batting now, have worn their home whites today. So we got white on white. That is true. And hit slowly. Oh, Lewis bobbles it just a bit, but recovers and throws over to first for out number 2. So quickly 2 down, but the runner now at third base for the Tigers. Runner takes his lead at third. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Lewis. And foul straight back at the screen. Good sized crowd already joining us here at Sultan High School. And we also have a busy day. We'll talk about this a little bit more. Busy day here on TurkPride.tv with simultaneously we've got a girls softball doubleheader going on here just over yonder. And that's hit sharply right down the first. Oh, just foul. We've got a doubleheader. I can see it over my left shoulder here as the girls are playing against the Lady Tigers of Granite Falls, and they'll be playing, like I said, a doubleheader, just getting underway. So they're going to have a late night tonight, just getting started at 4 o'clock. And then a soccer match tonight as well.
Good times all around.
Yeah, I know Dave Moon was busy reading the instruction manual on how to get all these streams lined up for today. Foul down the third base line. So he's sprayed one down the first base line, foul, third base line, foul. Maybe he'll hit it to center field this time. Ooh, just missed. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no score here in the top of the first. Runner on third for the Tigers. And lifted to center field. And the center fielder got to work out that inning. He makes 2 of the putouts, and the inside is retired. So,
thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes.
Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good!
Who does that anymore?
So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
all right, and we're back. So the final warm-up tosses are happening out there, and we will be underway here in just a moment.
We Will Rock You seems to have like the best amount of length. Where
Yeah,
you
it
can
was
play its
perfect.
entirety
It was perfect,
within
yeah.
a break.
Like I said, and then it just before that version cuts off the lengthier extended. That's not the extended version, but
Extended. Well, that's the studio version.
yeah, the studio version. There you go. The radio airplay, radio edit. Right?
I got News of the World, which is the album from which that's home.
Correct.
I got that on vinyl.
Yep. Yep. News of the World. All right, Alex Perigo, number 21, playing third base today for the Turks, leading things off. And that's high, ball 1.
That was actually probably one of the first albums I ever got.
That right?
I got Sgt. Pepper's.
Sgt. Pepper by the Beatles. Strike on the outside corner.
I believe I've mentioned the Beatles before.
Yes.
Only a few times.
Just a few times.
Not every other game, I swear.
Strike 2. Outside. Ball 3. So we want to make a call out to executive producer Diamond Dave Moon if he's within the sound of our voice. He has a special delivery to make for us, as I understand it, which has yet to happen. So, yeah, Dave, we're waiting for your special delivery. Count is full to Perigo. He battled long into the count last night, too, on a couple of at-bats. Very patient hitter up there. Fouls it off. Count stays full. Those of you just joining us, the Tigers had a runner as far as third base in the first inning, but he remained stranded, and we are still knotted at a 0-0 tie here in the bottom of the first. And swing and a miss, and Perro goes down and strikes. So 1 down for the Turks, and it's going to bring up number 6, River King. Strike outside corner. Outside. Ball. High. Ball. Ball outside. And ball 4. So Matthew, we talked about this in the open. I see down there now, Granite Falls actually has 4 fans that have arrived. At the beginning of the game, they had 0. So does that mean that they have 4?
Like 0 times
so do they still have? They have 4 times as many as they had before, because 0 times 4 is still 0. I'll let you think about that one, okay?
It hurts.
It hurts. I know it's Friday. We don't need to be thinking that hard, do we? Pass ball. King is going to scoot down to second base. And so we got our first runner in scoring position for the Turks with just 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Yeah, run that calculation on your phone there. Put 0 times 4 and press equals and see what it comes up to, all right?
5.
5? Oh, okay.
Science is a lie.
That's 2-0. Not much of a chance there. Second baseman wasn't playing very close to the bag, so.
Just makes it easier for us to see him.
That's right. With those white-on-white uniforms out there, right? Not as bad as the uniforms that football had 2 years ago, where we had the dark blue jerseys with like the gunmetal gray numerals that you could not see at all. It's like this dark blue and this bluish gray color. It's like, I'm not sure. Yeah, at nighttime in the dark. That was not a good choice of color combination. Even Miss Fuller was like, I'd announce your number, but I can't even tell who you are. All right, drop third strike. So we're going to have runners at the corners here for the Turks with just 1 out. And that's going to bring up Jack Hamilton, number 27.
Now batting number 27, Jack Hamilton.
Matthew, that's the nice thing about having all these games in a row. I've gotten to where I got all the numbers and the names memorized. And I don't need to look at least for our team, but it's like because I've seen the boys now 4 games in a row over 3 days. Runner goes, and Hamilton swings. That's high.
It's coming towards us.
Oh, and it hits the roof. Hits the roof and drops over towards the track. That gives us a chance to look over our left shoulder here, and girls are playing against these same Lady Tigers over there at the softball field, just a stone's throw away from where we're at here at the baseball diamond at Sultan High School. Runner goes. All right, we now have 2 runners in scoring position, second and third. So great RBI opportunity for Hamilton. He's been pretty efficient lately also, too, in driving in runs the last couple of games. Great defensive outfielder, really strong arm, and just a heck of a nice kid. He was one of our former TurkPride.tv players of the game. That's Jack Hamilton.
Isn't there going to be a soccer game later?
There is. Mickey, do we know who we're playing in soccer tonight? She says yes. South Whidbey, the Falcons. Ooh, that's foul. Ooh, close to that.
Yeah, nearly missed it.
Oh, almost hit that BMW out there. Ouch. So South Whidbey, the Falcons, who we played yesterday in baseball. So. It was a tough game last night with Elias's injury, and then boy, the Turks just really battled back. They really used that as some energy in that 5th inning and got right back into the game, and then they gave up a couple runs and ended up losing by 3. But it was just a really tough game. But like I said, Dad talked with Elias. He's here today. He's doing well. He's in pretty good spirits. I mean, obviously he's disappointed that that's going to be the end of his season, but was in pretty good spirits and thankful that it could have been something much, much worse than it was. Hamilton slaps another one fouled on the third baseline. He's really battling up there. 2-2. Fouled back over the top again. This is a long at bat for Hamilton. And he chops one at the shortstop, fields it cleanly over to first for out number 2, but a run comes home to score. And the Turks are on the board first, 1-0. So the Turks strike first and get on the board here in the bottom half of the first.
Now batting number 11, Colby Keeler.
Do you get what? Hey. Inside. So the Turks with a runner at third. That's Eric Turner, who Eric was our TurkPride.tv player of the game last night. Came in a very difficult situation, having to relieve Elias when he went out with the injury. And just very deserving, I thought, of the award last night with a really gutty performance. Scored a couple of runs and pitched well in relief. But again, the Turks did come up on the short end by 3 last night. Kobe Keeler. Keeler steadies himself, steps in, taps on the plate, and we're back to action. Inside ball 4. So Keeler gets a pass, and we have runners at the corners, and the pitcher, number 24, Timmy Lewis, steps in.
Now batting number 24, Timmy Lewis.
Strike. Pitcher goes over to first. Keeler gets back. Oh, runner goes home. Yes! Nice alert play by Turner. So they were really concerned with Keeler over at first base, and Turner just took off and headed for home and scores, and that now makes it 2-0 Turks.
That was pretty gutsy.
Yeah, that was. Eric's pretty fleet of foot. So he scooted right down there. As soon as he saw him make that play, he was on his way. Foul back to the screen. 2-2. Foul back over the top. Oh, bummer. And Lewis hits it. It's going to go to right field. He charges and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Turks score 2. We head to the top of the second, leading 2-0.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Windmill Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto G.
Mr. Baller.
Mr. Moon, executive producer Diamond Dave Moon, joining us in the booth here, getting underway here in the top of the second inning. So I see you have a delivery for us.
I do, from a new sponsor that you got us.
I see a pizza box.
It is.
You brought a pizza, and there's pizza in there.
Look at that beautiful pizza.
Now, this is from our new sponsor, Sodexo.
Correct.
Okay, so we'll get back to that in just a second here. Oh, and popped up high. First baseman Keeler calls it.
Good catch.
And Sodexo and our food service staff at the high school, Christy Kirkpatrick and Marianne Morey, they whipped that up for us this morning, right?
Yeah,
or
special. Yeah.
Now, my question is, as I'm looking at this, and I can't see this, there's some slices missing in this pizza. Dave, was this a full pizza when you got it from the kitchen, and it's missing about half a dozen slices?
I refuse to answer that.
I thought it's interesting that our new sponsor would only give us half a pizza, Dave. Somehow did part of it disappear before it got here?
Anybody that listened to last night's game and all the whining I was doing, we're actually streaming many events today.
Yes, you've been busy, man.
So we split this with softball. So
there we go. Oh, hit sharply to right field, but right there and makes the play for out number 2. So, yes, did they get some?
They did. So they basically split it in two and put it in two boxes.
Very nice. Very nice. So were they excited and appreciative of hearing about that?
They were very excited and completely caught off guard. They did not expect it.
Very cool. Very cool.
They absolutely didn't expect it.
So we want to thank, again, Sodexo, who is our food service management company here at the high school, for Sultan School District, actually. And there's great staff that we have in the kitchen, both Christy and Marianne.
They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing.
They do really great job. So thank you, ladies, very much. We appreciate it. We'll start enjoying that here on our next break. So, Dave, did you get everything figured out for tonight then? Hit sharply to the second baseman. That's King. He drops down, makes it clean over to first to Keeler for the out, and out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. The Turks we're going to go to the bottom half of the second with the score 2-0.
So the one thing I didn't get figured out is labor. Is labor. I came up short. Somebody called in sick 5 minutes before the softball game started. So I lay down all this pre-groundwork to get everything going.
Not enough people.
And then nobody shows up.
Gotcha.
Well, one guy showed up. But it's definitely a 2-man job. Huh, Matt? Softball. You haven't done softball. You live in the lap of luxury up here. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you.
Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes.
Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good.
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
All right, we're back to action. Number 18, Jake Rolfe, our catcher today, is going to lead things off for the Turks here in the bottom half of the second, leading 2-0 over the Tigers. Wow. So we have an update on the girls' game, which is being telecast simultaneously. Is that the correct? Simultaneously on the other stream. And unfortunately, Lady Turks are trailing 7-0. And that's the first of 2, right, Dave? They're a doubleheader tonight. So, first of 2. So that's, kind of a rough start there. We'll hope the Lady Turks can right the ship. Swing and a miss. So, Dave, did you? Yeah. You don't need to tell me. My producer, he knows what he's doing. I got the best producer in the biz, man. I know. We just train them up, get them good, and then they leave. They graduate. Yeah, exactly. And popped up in the infield. Catcher's gonna make that play. Ooh, and he gets it for out number 1. Caleb Webb's gonna step in next, number 1 for the Turks.
Now batting number 1, Caleb Webb.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. Oh, hit sharply, right straight away, and Webb's going to be on with a single. So, Dave, executive producer Diamond Dave Moon, standing behind me here. We're coming up with more ideas, more content for TP TV2, and transcript. Is that what you said, Mickey? Requesting a transcript. Requesting a transcript from the registrar. Good stuff. I can see at least an hour's worth of programming there. At least. What do you think, Matt?
I don't know about like.
Swing and a miss. Going to throw down a second. Now, I did pose Matt a question. We have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 fans from Granite Falls are here. There was 0 initially. So does that mean we have 9 times as many people as we had? Because 9 times 0 is still 0. Right. So we're trying to figure that out. That's his math question for the day. I don't know. 900% more than 0 is still 0, though, right? Yeah. So that's his math question of the day. He's working on that. We're going to get back to the young man about that in a little bit later. Whew, fouled sharply down the third baseline. So you got everything set up, and we're streaming over there with the girls. But it's just the ladies are just having a little rough time of it from the get-go, it sounds like, huh? All right. So.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you.
We head to the top. And the first pitch foul. Oh, just out of play. Made a valiant try for it there, Mr. Perigo, but he ran out of real estate. So Turks enjoying still a 2-0 lead here against the Tigers. And for those of you that know Turk sports at all, Tigers are just like the preeminent rival. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, sometimes they say throw out the record books. It doesn't matter what their records are. Both these teams have struggled some this year. There's no doubt about that. But it's definitely always a rivalry game. Hit sharply, shortstop comes up, throw in Turner over to first base, over to Mr. Keeler, and out. Dave, you better grab a head. You gotta grab a headset there. You got another headset? You're good. All right. Swing and a miss. Foul. How about requesting a bathroom pass for TPTV2? That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. That's what we should do, is have our listeners submit their ideas, content ideas for TPTV2. And he goes down, out number 2. Pizza's delicious, by the way. It's really good. It's really, really good. Strike. And hit deep, straightaway center. Boy, the center fielder's gotten a lot of work today, but that's out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the third. Score remains 2-0.
Windmill Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto gino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
All right, we make our way to the bottom half of the third inning.
21, Alex Perigo.
My apologies to TurkPride.tv. We cost us, 3 cents or something like that with that. That was expensive. Kerncraft 400 in there. Foul. So they were just hovering over the top of that, and it was hooking, and went foul. Strike.
Now that bat Alex Perigo is using, that is quite an old bat. I used that bat when I played.
You sure it's the same one?
It looks
It
the
looks
exact same.
exactly the same.
Unless they bought a second identical bat.
Don't get me started on baseball bats. When my son Matthew was playing, it's like all of a sudden, like the second year in, of course, everybody's got to have their own bat. So I had to go buy him this bat. It was like a $300 bat. And then like 2 years later, they changed the criteria of the bat, and then you had to buy a whole new bat. And it's like, are you kidding me? I just bought like a $300 bat 2 years ago. Yeah, busted. He had one that he broke the shaft on. Of course, they did cover it, and Perigo over to first for out number 1. Yes.
Now batting number 6, River King.
And the River Master steps in. Strike 1. Ball 1. For those of you just joining us, field conditions are good. It was dry overnight and it is currently dry, overcast, but no rain. I think we'll be able to get this one in today without any difficulty. Swing and a miss. Now, Dave, they got started pretty late over there. They got started the same time over at softball as we did here, right at 4 o'clock. Wow. Wow. It'll be interesting to see because we were not able to get a full game to completion or doubleheader on Wednesday night because of darkness. So, interesting to see. We started at about 3:45. Play over to first and a stretch, nice stretch by the first baseman there for out number 2.
The girls have picked up 3 points since.
There you go. So it's 7-3.
8-3.
8
they
to
gained 1, but we got 3.
8-3. The Lady Tigers leading the Lady Turks. So that's what Mickey was saying. Eric Turner, who was our TurkPride.tv player of the game last night, signed his letter of intent. Mickey, what's the university again that he's going to?
Dubq.
Dubuque?
Dubuque.
Dubuque. There you go. You folks aren't from the Midwest, obviously, right?
Well, that sounds French.
Dubuque. Corn.
So, here's a picture from today. Note the background that we streamed live. Every opportunity, right?
That's right, man. You betcha. I don't see the logo for the Deuce up there, though. Oh, Uno. Is that? Yes. Yes. So, yeah, we're bringing, again, we want your ideas for alternate programming on TPTV2.
Colleges are picking up the athletes. You don't see scouts for producers or technological assistants. What is this? It's the worst kind of prejudice, the kind against me.
That's young Matthew. He's a little jaded. But
Not at all.
Not at all.
I'm not partial. I'm not mad.
Maybe take the opportunity to thank the athletes for making us look good.
Yes, exactly. So we can just sit here.
Well, also subtly playing ourselves up through the comment.
Yeah. So we can just sit here and eat pizza and talk sports, right? And Turner gets a walk. So Eric got on twice last night. Just very patient. He's very good at walking. He's very disciplined batter up there. Jack Hamilton, who's been on a good hot streak here. We'll see if Jack can continue things.
You know, there's a microwave downstairs, guys. If you want me to heat up some pizza.
Really? Wow. Cold pizza's fine.
That's all cheese, man. They put extra cheese on it.
Hit, slap to the third baseman, comes up. Over second, that's not in time. And he's going to go. Now there's nobody at third. So nice running by Turner. Again, boy, Granite Falls seems a little discombobulated out there. So Eric Turner, again, who scored earlier on when they were concerned about first base with Mr. Keeler, scooted on home. And they were worried about him at second. He just scooted right down to third because the third baseman was completely out of position. So good, heady base running there by young Mr. Turner.
You don't hear people use discombobulating very often.
No, I had to work that into the conversation. Pretty good. Still looking for a lead in for conundrum. Haven't found that one yet. I love that word. It's It's my one of my favorite words.
How about duodenum? That's like anatomy, though, so that's very rare.
Yeah, conundrum on the deuce. Some clips from the original Batman TV series on the deuce. I can see that big time. Perfect.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bum.
At first and third for the Turks. So we've got Hamilton and Turner at first and third, respectively. Keeler at the plate, 2 down for the Turks in the bottom of the third, leading 2-0 over the Tigers. And he slaps it, but right at the second baseman, who's going to go over to first and make the play. Run does not score. So we head to the top of the fourth. Turks ahead, 2-0.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes.
Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good.
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
I hear some cheering from over in the girls' area. I'll have to check the stream for that. Lewis continues to look sharp. Matthew's going to check their stream there for us. What kind of score we got over there, Matthew, at the girls' game?
Well, I don't know about cheering. There's 1 extra point on the opposing team.
Oh, it must be some Granite Falls fans that are cheering. Foul down the first base line, out of play. Oh, and lifted into right center field. So the Tigers have a base runner. No outs here in the top of the fourth. Tigers still trailing the hometown Turks 2-0. Runner at first for the Tigers. No outs here in the top of the fourth. Turks lead 2-0. Lewis looks good thus far, has been sharp. Outside, ball. I hear more cheering over in the girls' game. Not sure if that's for the home team or for the away team. Matthew will flip over to the other stream there. And hit sharply. Boy, our center fielder's sure getting a workout. That's about the 7th play he's had ball hit out there. Runner's going to make his way over to third with a head first slide. And they got runners at the corners. Tigers have runners at the corners with nobody down here in the fourth. Matt, what do we got for a score over there? Fuzzy
Still
number.
looks like 9-3.
Still looks like that. Do we not have an HD feed over there, David? Or? Filling up the pipe. Okay. I see. Well, with all those upgrades from the new voter-approved technology levy, that won't be a problem anymore, right, Dave? And hit center. Oh, that was a double play ball right there. Scoots underneath his glove, and 1 run scores. The Tigers are on the board, now trailing 2-1. So that easily could have been a double play ball, but it was for naught. So some result is run scores, and we've got runners at first and second.
There's no advancement in score on the girls' team. Some must have hit something nice or.
Yeah, still the same 9-3.
Yeah.
9-3. 9-3 Ladies Turks trailing the visiting Lady Tigers. And a bunt. Laid down nicely. He's got to go to first, but it's too high. It's over his head. That's going to score a run. Runners are going to move around. They're going to have runners at first and third when it's all said and done. And the Tigers now have 2 on the board, and we are all knotted up. So just like that, Tigers come roaring back and tie this things up 2-2. Do you like that? Tigers come roaring back? Yeah, that's pretty good, huh?
Never talk again.
Do I play Roar by Katy Perry as the in-between? It's the in-between song. No, we won't do that. We're gonna
Shouldn't play that under normal circumstances.
Oh. Now, we do want to welcome any fans that we have from Granite Falls. We appreciate you joining us here on TorquePride.tv. We'll try not to be too much of a homer, but again, we are Turks first here. Swing and a miss. Chopped fouled on the first base line.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm counting 1 viewer, and that could just possibly be me watching this to keep track.
Is that right? We have the mighty 1 viewer? Is that what we're saying?
Oh,
Wow.
some dude was commented on it at the very beginning.
Oh. Yeah, if it's not good, just we'll skip the comments.
He said hi.
Hi.
Pretty racy. I know.
Hello back.
That's exactly what I did.
Swing and a miss. And that's the first strikeout this inning for Mr. Lewis. So again, runners still remain at the corners, 1 down for the Tigers. So Matt, I have another question for you. The Tigers are orange and black, and a tiger is orange and black. So did they pick their mascot based on their colors, or did they pick their colors based on their mascot?
What came first, the
I don't
chicken
know.
or the
I
egg?
don't know. That's what I'm asking you. Caught by the right fielder. That's Hamilton. He throws hard, but not quite this time, and a run scores. So the Turks are now trailing for the first time, 3-2.
That is specious. Not all tigers, okay? Not all tigers are red or orange.
Orange and black. Well, there's white ones. Yeah. Albino or something. I don't know what they call them.
Specifically,
Snow
I'm
tiger
thinking
or
like the
something.
Tasmanian tiger. Although, to their credit, they've been dead for 70 years.
Oh, okay. Well, typically a tiger is orange and black. So, but that's what I'm saying. So did they pick the mascot and then pick their school colors to match?
I imagine the mascot.
Mascot. Outside. Ooh, pops up in front of him, but he keeps it in front of him. And nice alert play by Lewis, who runs and retrieves the ball, and a runner holds it first.
Now, I don't know how old their school system is or how long
Their
they've
district?
had the mascot, but I
Right.
imagine in the drafting, they might have come through the mascot first.
Right, right.
Because who would make the colors before a mascot?
That's right. It's true.
Because then you'll end up with like a purple and black team, but your mascot is a snake or something.
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's like when you make a new school. You think about that. What an important decision. What colors are the school going to be, and what is the mascot for a brand new school going to be? All the.
Like we're trying to change.
That's a segue. That's a segue into the next piece, right? We will be changing some colors coming up.
Yeah, I voted for it. Well, hesitate to say voted for it. I voted for interest for the vote of the change.
The survey. You voted in the survey, right? Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Turks now trailing 3-2. So a big inning here for the Tigers as they've roared right back into this game.
No!
And that is out number 3. So the inning is over. We're going to move our way to the bottom of the 4th.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Windmill Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
All right, we're making our way to the bottom of the 4th here. Turks had a rough inning the last half, so they're going to see if they can right the ship and get things cranking again. Timmy Lewis, our pitcher, leading things off for the Turks. Strike. Oh, I thought I was going to say low, but that was a strike. Yeah, we got time. Catcher's going to make his way out.
The softball game appears to be static for the present moment, still at 9-3.
9-3. What inning? Do we know what inning, Matthew, that we're in over there? If you want to check that for us, that'd be great.
Goodness, I have it at the highest quality and I still can't see it.
Swing and a miss.
Top of the 3rd, maybe.
Number 18, Jake.
Yeah, top of the 3rd.
Top of the 3rd. 9-3 Granite Falls in the girls' game. And 3-2 Granite Falls here. So at this point, the Tigers are leading on both fields, both baseball and softball. So we'll just have to see what we can do about that. Because that's just not acceptable. We just can't have them ahead in both games. That's just not acceptable.
Not
acceptable. Yes. So we definitely would encourage you, those of you that are with us, once our game concludes here, we would really love it if you would go ahead and switch over to our sister stream, where the girls will be probably underway in their late game at that point. And I know that they would appreciate your support and the online forum. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out to the catcher. And ball 4. So we got a walk. And Caleb Webb's going to step in, number 1.
Now batting number 1, Caleb Webb.
All right, Diamond Dave, you're going to head out. We'll see you back in a bit. Okay. Well, tell him hi for us. You better take some more pizza back for him then. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you for bringing that over. Again, our delicious pizza brought to us courtesy of Sodexo and the fine staff at the high school kitchen. Both Christy and Marianne, we say thank you. Move over to first, and he's back in time. Foul back to the screen. So still coming tonight on TurkPride.tv. Again, the second game for girls softball and soccer tonight against South Whidbey. The Falcons coming to Sultan. So again, a busy, busy day here at the high school and on TurkPride.tv. Your home for all things Sultan athletics. Two and two. Catcher loses it temporarily, regains, and runner holds at first. High, ball 4. So another walk given up by the pitcher, struggling with his control out there this inning.
Number 7, Joe Day.
But you're right, Matt. Things are this game's moving along at a pretty swift pace. We're just now at the 1 hour mark, and we're past the halfway point. So that 6 o'clock prediction of yours is looking pretty good, possibly.
Josiah Day's up to bat. He's a personal friend of my brother.
Oh.
See him quite often. Saw him a couple days ago.
All right. The Day family, well known in the Sultan area. And we got a timeout. The catcher's going to trot out and have a little convo there at the mound. So, Matthew, any big plans for the weekend?
Sit, eat, watch film, have
Sit.
an outrageous party that's going to destroy my parents' house, and I don't know what's up. I'm trying to think of the summary for Weird Science.
Ah, there you go. Perfect. Weird Science. Boingo, boingo.
Hopefully
There we
without
go.
the
3 walks.
Hopefully I'll have the party without the Raiders from Mad Max barging in. And by the way, those are literally the guys from Mad Max. They put them in the movie because
I did
Mad
not
Max
know that.
was quite popular.
Yes,
at
it
that
was.
time.
That was about that time. All right, looks like Coach is going to come out, and we might have a pitching change, or at least he's going to talk to the young man. Walked 3 consecutive batters and loaded up the bases. So
I'm telling
Turks
you,
are
like,
in a great spot right now with just one out.
overdubbing, like baseball conversations,
Mhm.
possible content for the Deuce.
There you go, for the Deuce.
They can't even like really read their lips at this distance, so you can really say whatever you want.
That's true. So we could take some existing footage that we have and just dub some stuff over and make
That's
our
some
own
easy,
stuff
good
for,
footage right there.
for the Deuce. And we're going to have a pitching change, looks like here. Let's. Okay. So that might take just a little bit here. We've got to get everybody switched around and so forth.
Looks like the bass guys are meeting up as well.
Yeah, they're gonna, because if we're having the catcher, then he's got to get all the gear off and everything. So this is gonna take a minute here.
Figure we should go to commercials.
Yeah, let's go to commercials. We'll check an update on the girls' game, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto gino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes. Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good!
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2 and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee.
All right, Alex Perigo, we have our pitching change in place, and the catcher and the pitcher just changed positions, so that's something you don't typically see, but they did the rest of the lineup stays the same for the Tigers, and we are underway. And he hits a nice single into right field. Misplayed by the right fielder. One scores. Two's going to score. And we're going to have runners at the corners and two in. And just that quick. Just that quick. Just that fast. 4-3.
Number 6, River King.
Rivermaster back on plate.
The Rivermaster. Do you know an author named Terry Brooks? He writes. He wrote the Sword of Shannara series and then the Kingdom of Landover series.
I've heard of him, but I haven't read anything.
I'm very good. In the Kingdom of Landover, there was this fairy kingdom that the head guy was named the Rivermaster. So that's who River King is. He's the Rivermaster from the Kingdom of Landover. High. So the young man for Granite Falls Tigers definitely throws hard, but let's see what his accuracy is like. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runners at second and third in scoring position for the Turks. And they've jumped back into the lead now, 4-3. Swing and a miss.
As far as the literary exploits have gone, I recently read Frank Herbert's Dune.
Oh, yes. How was that?
Good.
Yeah. High.
Also watched the movie and
You watched the movie.
miniseries.
And yes, that's right.
They're making a new one that I'm excited for.
That seems to kind of be the thing lately is reboots and remakes. It's been very popular both on TV and in film over the past couple of years.
Because we've gotten a lot better.
I guess, or we can't come up with any new ideas, I think is what it is. We're recycling all the old ideas again.
Everything. Like Blade Runner?
Uh-huh.
So they not remade.
The original
they
Blade Runner,
it with 2049.
Yeah.
That was directed by Dallas Villeneuve. He's slated to be directing the 2 Dune films that are going to be coming up soon.
All right, bases full for the Turks. Inside Eric Turner, our TurkPride.tv player of the game last night. And we do congratulate Eric on signing his letter of intent to move on in his studies to the College of Dubuque. And slaps it right at the shortstop. That's over to second for 1, over to first, and they do get the double play. So big play for the Tigers to get out of a tough spot. But the Turks score 2, and they're now ahead 4-3.
Equals a happy you. Windmill Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a Togino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
All right, we head to the top of the 5th in a pretty briskly moving game. It's been back and forth, very, very competitive so far, kind of what we expected with these two teams. This is definitely a rivalry. Oh, and Lewis hits the first batter, so he's going to make his way down to first. This is definitely a rivalry game, regardless of the records and so forth. Again, Granite Falls has really struggled this season. They've yet to even win a game. But, that doesn't matter. When you're playing Sultan's playing Granite Falls, it's just all no holds barred. It's
all previous
personal.
records go void.
It's personal. It just kind of is personal sometimes. Lewis with that nice move over to first base. So definitely a strong rivalry between these two clubs. The two towns, Sultan and Granite Falls, very similar to each other geographically, size-wise, number of enrollment of the school, and so forth. Just a lot of similarities between these two very proud communities. And when they get together, it definitely can be fun. And that is what we are seeing today, again, in a very closely contested game. Outside. Swing and a miss. So, Matthew, did we get a score in the girls' game?
10-3.
10-3. Okay. 10-3. So the Lady Turks still trying to get back into that one there. And as is the case both here and over there, you do have a 10-run rule in effect, obviously. So that's something we always have to keep in mind as these games progress to the 5th inning. Oh, hit sharply straight away. And when it's bobbled by the center fielder, so the runner's going to advance. We're going to have runners at second and third. He may try to go home. He's going to try to go home on this one. Going to be a play at the plate. They got him. Got him, yes. Nice hustle there. Sticking with it, and they got him. I was surprised that they actually sent him from third, but good for the Turks. Way to escape on top of it, and he is out. So runner at second. Run is avoided, and the Turks remain in the lead 4-3. And lifted right to Keeler, who drops it down. Oh, he got to get that ball. A little mental lapse there by young Mr. Keeler. He had it, and he needed to stick with it because he wasn't aware where his teammates were. He thought River King was right behind him, was going to toss it over to him, so he broke back to the bag. But River was not in a position yet to make that play. So, and popped up to the right field side. And runner feigns like he's going to go, but retreats back to third. So we've got runners at the corners, first and third for the Tigers. Now 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, trailing the Turks 4-3. Runner goes, and it's a foul ball, so he's got to retreat back. Runner goes, and swung on and hit foul off the screen down the first baseline. So, Matt, did you come up with an answer for me on the multiplication problem about the fans?
0.
0? Okay, so there are
My
zero.
answer stands.
There are 0 people over there currently, is what you're telling me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, I'm not going to turn the camera to corroborate. As far as they know, I'm right.
Well, I count more than 0, but that's fine. We'll go with 0. All right, right fielder Hamilton charging. Almost a collision there with he and King, but luckily not. And so the Turks come away unscathed, 4-3, heading to the bottom of 5.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes. Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good.
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
All right, we make our way to the bottom of the fifth inning. Hamilton, who made the final out here in the prior inning, leads things off for the hometown Turks. So those of you joining us here, we're glad that you're here on a Friday afternoon into evening on TurkPride.tv. Lots of action going on. Hamilton hits a shot right down the third base line. That's fair. He's going to go and make a turn and go to two, stop, and pull up and come back and keep it at a single. So again, in addition to our stream going on here, our sister stream is going on with the Lady Turks and the Lady Tigers of Granite Falls playing each other simultaneously here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan athletics. And then coming up later tonight, 6 o'clock, the Turks will be taking on the South Whidbey Falcons in a soccer match here at Sultan High School as well. So packed afternoon of sports excitement, and it's all here for you on TurkPride.tv. And lifted nicely. Oh, but that's foul. Keeler, nice hit. It really lifted it well into left field, but it hooked foul. So Keeler trots back, grabs the stick. Keeler steps out, and now he's back in. Squares the bunt. So we got a nice group here selling themselves at Sultan High School on an afternoon. The weather is not great, but not terrible. It's definitely warmer than it has been, but very overcast. Been overcast the entire game, but no signs of rain, thankfully. That's ball outside. Runner goes. Hamilton goes. Oh, I think they're going to get him. Yep, they got him. So Hamilton gets picked off. So now we've got 1 out for the Turks. And the 0 fans from Granite Falls, Matthew, are clapping about that play. Explain that to me. The 0, when they made that nice play, the 0 fans that you said are here from Granite Falls were clapping. Okay, just thought I'd let you know that.
Well,
swing and a miss.
We look at quantum mechanics. The people over there are existing and not existing all at the same time. It's when you look over there that they decide to appear.
I see. Okay, Sheldon, thank you for that.
What?
2-2. 1 out. Oh, way outside. Bases are empty for the Turks. But you know, I got smart today. I brought my coat first time. So you got your leather coat out of the cleaners, huh?
Yeah, it's been like a month or so.
Wow.
See, I threw up in an airplane. Had to get that cleaned up.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm glad that you're sitting next to me. I'm glad you went and got it cleaned up.
Guy who's going off to become a pilot throws up in plane.
Yeah.
It's okay as long, like when I'm driving or flying, I'm fine. But the second I get like the back 2 seats.
The passenger. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right, Timmy Lewis steps in. 2 down now for the Turks. Bottom of 5. Leading by 1, 4-3. Outside, ball 1. We'll get you an update here in a bit, too, as far as the girls' game is concerned. The Lady Turks were trailing last time we checked. Matthew, my able producer here, is going to check that for us.
There's some difficulties on the chat, and now that I'm looking at the stream, it is collaborating the account.
I'm
wondering if the battery's dead or if someone switched an input.
I see.
Or
so we're not getting a feed. The stream is currently no video.
No video.
From over there. Okay.
I was waiting for the thumb.
Yeah, I think it must have gone all the way over the top of us here. So the vantage point that you see on the camera is the vantage point that we see here at Sultan High School. We have an excellent spot to view all the action. Other than this one post that's right in the middle of where I'm sitting right now. Other than that, it's fantastic. But that one big post is in the way.
Yes.
We could make it like transparent, you know?
Way the future.
Yeah, just right there. Wouldn't have it right in my way.
Maybe by the time we're old men, or you're old man.
I'm already an old man. All right, so Timmy Lewis makes it down to first base, and still 2 down here for the Turks. Oh, Nikki's gonna stand up. That sounds like a good idea.
You did make the roar joke. That collaborates the account.
Ooh, there you go. That's right. Oh, you're going to sit down. Oh, you've been standing. Okay, I'm going to stand because I've been sitting. Hide inside. Ball 1. Lewis gets his lead at first. Inside corner strike. foul. Out of play down the first baseline.
Well,
so still no stream from the girls?
I think this is all a ploy to get those 4 viewers onto us.
Oh, I see.
I planned this all along.
Yes, we're going to sabotage their feed, right, to bring everybody over to our side. Bring them over to the dark side. To the dark side.
Dude, they gained 1 viewer with no video. They are gaining people without any video, and we still can't gain any
That's
viewers.
amazing. So they're gaining people with nothing. They're doing nothing and gaining people. And
they're doing better than us by doing nothing.
And we're trying and not getting anybody. That's really sad. Wow, I'm really depressed. I'm really depressed now. Well, they're missing out because we got a good game going on here. 4-3. Bottom of 5. This one's up in the air. Anybody's ball game here. This one's going to go the distance tonight. So don't you go anywhere here on TurkPride.tv. Your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Lewis goes and hit. Boy, we got a lot of fouls. They're going to run out of baseballs. I'm just coming back here and see if he's got anybody returned a few.
Man, I'm starting to get a headache. I wonder if it's from me bonking my head on the door on the way here.
Well, it could be. That very well could be. Runner goes inside, and that's ball 4. So we're going to have runners at first and second for the Turks. And Caleb Webb, number 1, is going to step in.
Oh, we have video.
Oh, they're back up and running over there?
Well, I don't know if the stream is. They're playing a logo and commercials.
Diamond Dave Moon. We need him stat over to the girls' game.
I wonder if the commercials were the cover because still no video.
Oh, there is executive producer Diamond Dave Moon walking over that way. Ball gets by the catcher, and the ball gets by the third baseman, and now Lewis is going to have ball gets by the left fielder. Ball gets by everybody, and runners coming around, and he's going to score. So 2 in for the Turks. They now lead 6-3. So
that is how you secure a lead, dude.
That is correct. Some poor fielding by the Tigers turns into 2 runs for the Turks. And the 0/9 fans that Granite Falls has here weren't too happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See their faces.
Yeah. But you said there aren't any fans here, so how can you see their faces?
Like I said.
Oh.
They're both there and not there.
Oh, I see. There and not there. Gotcha. And that'll do it. So we're going to head to the 6th, and the Turks leading 6-3.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Windmill Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
All right, we are back. On to the 6th inning we go. Turks big inning in the last one, and now lead 6-3 over the visiting Tigers.
Not to mention we have video.
And we have video of the girls' softball game. Popped up. Keither makes the play unassisted for out number 1. Outside ball 1. Ball 2. So Matthew, did they get the stream fixed for the girls game, or are they still having difficulties?
Still having difficulties.
Still having difficulties. Well,
ooh, they hemorrhaged two viewers.
Oh, they lost 2 viewers that didn't want to sit and look at the black screen.
But they didn't come here,
so
it isn't a win for anyone.
It isn't a win. It's a loss. Not a win for us, huh?
Oh, now they're down to 1. Now they're just like us.
Oh, yes. We're battling. Well, we appreciate our 1 viewer that's with us, whoever you are. Foul on the first baseline. Oh, Mickey's putting her jacket back on. She's getting cold. Did you bring the heater today, Mickey? No heater? No heater today. All right. Walk given up. Runner trots his way down to first base. George Fitzgerald steps in. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. Outside, ball gets past the catcher. Runner's going to make his way down to second base and now be in scoring position. Foul ball. Oh, swung at a bad pitch there, way inside. Strike 3. Little disagreement here. The Granite Falls coach is protesting a call. All right, they call foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Thank you, Mr. Umpire. Oh, that's a good looking pitch. Just missed. Just missed. And hit. Foul, out of play. Oh, we got the girls' game back.
But with that score, kind of wish it was still gone.
What is the score now, Matt?
Reads 17-3.
Ooh, what inning?
Top of the 5th.
Top of the 5th. So chances are that one may not be going too much longer. Oh, and he throws it over his head. So it's going to end up with bases, first and third on an errant throw from the catcher to first baseman over his head. And we've got runners at the corners for the Tigers, trailing 6-3, but with just one out here in the top of the 6th. Runner gets back. So we have scheduled a girls softball game tomorrow, Mickey, is that right? Weather permitting. And I heard initially the weather was going to be really wet, but then last night they said, yeah, maybe not so bad. Maybe a little shower in the morning and then fairly nice the rest of the day. So tune in tomorrow to turkpride.tv, and we may have a girls softball game for you to enjoy if you're... Oh, okay. So if we get rain throughout the evening, then they'll call it in the morning. So we should know early in the morning. Just check the Cascade Conference website and should be updated with that pertinent information. It is a great resource if you happen to miss a game, catch those scores and what's going on around the Cascade Conference. Strike 3. Nice pitch by Lewis. So 2 down now with runners still at the corners. Foul. Strike. Swing and a miss, and strike 3. So the side's retired. We're going to head to the bottom of the 6th with the Turks leading 6-3.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, ma ci sento a dolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes.
Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good.
Who does that anymore? So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
right, we are back. Bottom of 6, Turks leading by 3. Swing and a miss. So coming up for the Turks, just 3 more games left this season. Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week. First 2 games, Monday, Wednesday, are away. And hit sharply towards the shortstop underneath his glove. And he's going to be on. Going to make that turn for 2 and retreat back for a single. So Monday, these same Granite Falls Tigers up at Granite Falls. Wednesday, we travel to South Whidbey to play the Falcons. And then Friday, 1 week from tonight, senior night here against the Cedar Park Eagles. So next to last home game, just one more. Matt, one more in your high school career, baseball, and then we'll be all finished. And then I got to break in a new producer. Zoltan. I know, Zoltan. Zoltan's pretty quiet. He didn't say a whole lot.
Yeah, we'll remedy that.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, we gotta get Zoltan to open up a little bit. Don't be so shy. Don't be shy. Give it a try. You might have fun before you're done.
Maybe that will be like the
Ball.
We'll target that demographic of people to bring them in for the drama of slowly breaking Zoltan in. It'll be like The Office.
Yes.
The will he, won't he.
Exactly. Well, now let's see. I'll think about it. Hold that thought. High. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now, Connor is still here, right? Connor's a senior, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So, yes, Connor. We gave Connor a hard time because he started as a freshman, and we teased him a lot. That supposedly there was a young lady that he had an eye on, and we were going to do it at lunch, and he was trying to tell us what table she sat at and everything. So we were trying to fix him up as a freshman. We were getting like the first date updates and stuff like that from Connor. So
amazing.
Yeah,
although
we gave Connor a hard time when he was a freshman.
Unfair advantage. He has all these resources at his disposal. Remind me of terrible fan fiction I read a while ago. Used millions of dollars of resources just to hook up one teenager with a date.
Jeez. Yeah, we were telling this young lady where he sat, what table he sat at, and what lunch he had, and all this sort of stuff. So then we were trying to, Connor, any update? We teased him mercilessly.
I imagine like a sniper team on a roof looking through the windows. Like, confirmation on target X is now entering the lunchroom.
That's right. But see, if we had Mickey Miller's advice for the Lovelorn, like we're going to have on the Deuce, we could have just referred him there, and she could have talked him through the whole awkwardness of chopped sharply over to second for 1, over to first, not in time. It's going to go past, and Perigo thinks about going, but does not, stays at first. But the runner is out at second, I believe.
I'm pretty sure for all of human history, the male side of the species.
No, he is
oh,
safe. Sorry, Matt. I'm just trying to get a clarification. Or is he out?
He's something.
Out, safe, out. I thought he was out.
I don't even think he knows.
It looked like he fairly easily made that routine play at second, but there seemed to be some confusion, but he has now since retreated, and he is out. All right, so that makes 1 out. There was a little drama on what should have been a very routine play. But yes, we gave Connor a lot of grief as a freshman producer for us during the basketball season that year. And now we have a break in the action here. The 2 umpires are conversing. Not sure exactly what that's all about, but yeah, I don't know, Matt. Can we rewind there and see what the? Like I said, it seemed to be a pretty routine play. I'm not sure what all the discussion was about. Yeah, that pulled his foot maybe or something. Is what they're. So So they'll continue to talk about out there. And home plate umpires over speaking with the Granite Falls coach and explaining the situation to him. All right, they're still discussing things. Pitcher's taking a few tosses to stay warm out there. So we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Turks are leading by 3, 6-3, 1 out, no count on the batter. And the discussion really is revolving around the runner that was making his way from first to second. Slid in, made a play on him. It appeared that it was a clean play, but I think they're talking about...
I'm looking at the footage right now. So the guy catches it, tags the base, then throws it over the first, but he steps off the base, and then Joe runs through.
I see. So that's they're saying he didn't slide, possibly, as far as an interference, potential interference. Doesn't have to slide. Okay. So the runner did not slide, and they're complaining that he was interfering with the throw to first. But the runner is not required to slide. That's what we're finding out. So, okay.
I don't know. He was running past the guy who's pitching as he threw. I don't see much. I don't see the guy throwing make any adjustments.
All right. Well, they're still talking about it out there. So.
But we don't have that kind of technology. Want to roll some commercials while we wait? All right.
All right, after a protracted discussion there between the Granite Falls coach and the home plate and field umpire, I think we've decided to let the boys actually play baseball. Outside ball. Snap throw down to first.
I think that whole discussion just cost us our 6 o'clock estimate.
Yeah, see, your estimate went out the window, Matt. You cursed us, man. Yep, 5:51. I don't think we're going to make it.
Fastest inning in baseball history.
Mm-hmm. Last night's game was a long game, too, but obviously a good portion of that was due to the unfortunate injury that was suffered by Elias Lopez. For those of you just joining us, I did get a chance to talk with him, and he is doing well. And ball gets past the catcher, and Perigo is going to scoot down to second base. Did get a chance to talk to Elias. He is doing well. He has a dislocated elbow. He is in a sling. He is here today supporting and cheering on his team, and actually was in pretty good spirits considering, unfortunately, that's going to be the end of his season. And But it could have been a lot worse. So he's actually in good spirits and had a chance to talk with the young man. So we wish him well in a speedy recovery. Lifted, soft little shot to the second baseman who misplays it. So we're going to have runners at first and third for the Turks. And it's going to bring Eric Turner up for the Turks.
Apparently, the shortest MLB game ever lasted 1 hour and 54 minutes.
Wow, that is short for a baseball game. But we're not going to make that, Matt. We're already past that. We're at, well, we've got 2 minutes left.
Softball finishing up?
I
don't
looks
see.
Yes, looks like they got the rakes out. Looks like the first game is over, which is probably because of the 10-run rule. So they were done after 5. It sounded like the last time we checked, the Lady Tigers were ahead by like 13 or 14, and so at the conclusion of 5 innings, that would be a called game. So they're getting the field. Looks like they're getting the field ready. Players are taking a break, and they'll get back to action shortly in game number 2. Runner goes. Now runners at second and third. Hit sharply but foul. Oh, and here comes some of the girls are coming over, Matt, to cheer on the boys in between games. So some of the Lady Tigers from Granite Falls have made their way over from the softball field over here to the baseball field and cheer on their teammate or their high school classmates. Lions and Tigers and Bears, oh my. High ball. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out to Turner, our TurkPride.tv player of the game last night. Hit sharply down the left field line, right on the line. The left fielder was playing over towards center, so that's going to be a stand-up double for Turner. It's going to score a run. Score 2, excuse me. And that makes it 8-3 Sultan. So 2 RBI double for Turner.
We up for Thunderstruck next inning?
We might have to do that, yeah. Oh, we're going to have a pitching change here, possibly. He's going to Dubuque still, so it is. Eric Turner signed to University of Dubuque. Coach just talked with his pitcher. I don't think we're going to have a pitching change here, but yes, we are going to have a pitching change. So we are going to have a pitching change, so we'll take a little brief break, let the young man warm up, and pay a bill, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Let's say you're driving along in Washington on Highway 2, and you find yourself in Sultan. Better yet, you live here. It's the home of the Turks, by the way. And you realize you haven't had a hot cup of coffee today. That's okay. Just drive east and look for the giant windmill located on the east end of Sultan. Even voted the best coffee in Sky Valley. It's a simple formula. Windmill plus hot coffee equals a happy you. Windmill Espresso, proud sponsor of the Sultan Turks.
più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, ma ci s'è tuato gino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo,
Rico's Pizza, where memories are made.
Thank you!
Thanks. Thanks for not just selling me tires. Thanks for doing the work I needed.
Not suggesting stuff I don't.
Thanks for checking my brakes.
Checking my brakes.
Thanks for checking my brakes. For free.
Just to make sure I'm all good.
Now we're on. Okay, we got it. We are back. Swing and a miss by Hamilton. All right, Hamilton sets in. Makes a play on Turner. That's high. Oh, looks like the Granite Falls Lady Tigers have made their way back over the field. That tells me they're probably getting ready to get underway here in probably another 15 minutes or so.
And the soccer game is getting underway.
And the soccer game, and I see executive producer Diamond Dave Moon making his way over towards the...
Yeah, they got some sound difficulties going on.
Sound difficulties. But look at it. We have no difficulties, Matthew. We've just been smooth sailing all stream long.
And yet have the least amount of views.
Yeah. Yeah, we're having
It's
the
a
best
wonderful
production
time.
and the lowest viewership. What's up with that? I don't get it, man. I mean, we're charming, we're witty. Why aren't people tuning in, right?
Maybe we are our own biggest fans.
That could be. Now that very well could be. Two balls, two strikes, one out. Hamilton at the plate for the Turks. Steps off. Hit. Slow roller to the shortstop. Bounces up nicely. Makes the play over to first for out number 2.
Now batting number 11, Colby Keeler.
Kobe Keeler steps in. Runner in scoring position. And hit sharply. Nice hit by Keeler. That's going to roll into right field. Turner's going to make the turn and make it home and score. And it's now 9-3 Sultan. And a pitcher. And Timmy Lewis, number 24, steps in. Timmy's gone all the way for the Turks tonight. Done a nice job on the mound. Been very steady out there. And pass ball. Keeler's going to make his way, scoot down to second. So now Lewis has an RBI opportunity with his teammate, Mr. Keeler, standing out at second base. Sounds like they're getting ready over in soccer. I can hear the PA system at the stadium. Oh, and a nice line shot. Ooh! Pitcher had a chance at it. Second baseman had a chance at it. Neither of them got it. And it's going to be first and third with 2 outs. And Keeler's going to go. He's going to come home. Safe. The big man, Kobe Keeler, makes it. Watch him motor down there. All right, Kobe, good job. All right, so that makes it now 10-3. So Turks piling on runs here, man, and it's late going in this game. And Lewis is going to be over at second base.
Number 18, Jake Rolfe.
Jake Rolfe, number 18, our catcher today. Stepped in, done a nice job behind the plate. And kind of pressed into action due to Mr. Lopez's injury yesterday. Hits a chopper to the shortstop, picks it up cleanly, throws over to first for out number 3. But the Turks get a bundle. They got a good lead heading into the top of the 7th, leading 10-3.
Anymore. So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
All right, we make our way to the top of the 7th in the final countdown by Europe. This is the final opportunity for the Tigers. Got to score 7 to extend, but Turks looking good. Timmy Lewis going the distance on the mound for the Turks, and Coach Leverrett's got to be happy about that to get a complete game out of this youngster. Check swing. And again, I think Mr. Lewis is probably going to be called upon. Yes, he went. Going to be called upon more so in the next week, because with Elias Lopez now out of the out for the rest of the season and obviously out of the rotation, it's going to put some stress on that pitching staff. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. He's going to have to make a play on him. Throws down to first base and got him. Out number 1. 1 down, 2 to go.
He was
Here
able
in
to
the
take his
7th.
time on that.
Yeah, he was. He's able to steady himself. Good for him. Made a good solid throw. Hit sharply, but right at the shortstop. Comes up throwing hard, and no, pulled his foot. Throw was just a little bit off. The throw from Eric Turner was just a little bit up the line, and Keeler couldn't quite make the stretch and pulled his foot, and the runner is safe. All right, to Turner. Over to second. Oh, double play! Way to finish the game off. And the Turks win 10-3 over the Granite Falls Tigers. Wow, what an exciting game.
Goodness, what time to look away.
Exciting way to finish the game. Double play to finish things off for the Turks. They come out victorious.
You want to get Mr.
Yes, and we'll, here in just a second, we'll get the announcement for Mr. Lewis to come up and join us. And we'll chat with that young man. But the Turks celebrate a victory here tonight.
Could you please come up to the press box?
All right, I have Tim Lewis, our TurkPride.tv player of the game here. Tim, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. Complete game. You looked impressive out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw you the other night where the coach had you in just for one inning. You looked really sharp. I thought, I know we're going to see him again because you looked really sharp the other night. And, gosh, how did after last night's game, which was really tough, with Elias's injury and then just coming up short in that game, what was the attitude of the team coming in tonight?
Well, we were basically just doing it for Elias. He's been our horse for the season, and we just want to come out and finish the season strong.
You bet. Yeah, I talked to Elias earlier. He seems to be in pretty good spirits. I mean, I know he's pretty bummed out about how things ended up, but great effort by you guys. So you got Monday again against Granite Falls. You've got Wednesday against South Whidbey, and then finish up senior night here a week from tonight. So, yeah. Anyway, great job tonight. You're a TurkPride.tv Windmill Espresso player of the game.
All right,
congratulations.
Thanks
All right,
much.
enjoy your weekend.
You too.
All right. Well, the Turks come out on the top end of a 10-3 score, and that's nice to be able to talk about a victory. Those have been a little few and far between this season, but boy, we'll take it. And they're going to get a chance to play the same team here on Monday up at Granite Falls. So I have a good feeling that the Turks could come up with another victory on Monday as well. So Matt, any final comments before we head off?
I stand with my 0
Really?
fans out there.
You don't think there was ever any fans
There
here?
were never any fans at all.
fans from Granite Falls here. So mathematically, you're correct. Mathematically, there were no fans here, but I did see a few people. So anyway, that'll be a conundrum. That's a conundrum right there.
There we go.
That's how we got it in the conversation.
Not just to use Dwadna.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so still tonight on TurkPride.tv, we're done here with boys baseball. Girls softball is just getting ready to get underway.
Soccer just went underway as well.
Soccer, so we've got a lot of action for you here on TurkPride.tv tonight. Soccer, girls softball. Girls softball scheduled for tomorrow. It kind of depends on weather tonight. They'll make that call in the morning on whether that game is going to happen or not. But the next time you're going to see hear Matt and I will be a week from tonight, which will be senior night against Cedar Park Christian. The Eagles playing the Turks a week from tonight. So anyway, for myself, Dan Baller, and for Matthew, we say good night.